Alright, we are live. I'm casting a game here between ReefBoy, also known as Tony's Smurf account, against the Terran player here, LaserJSC. The map is, what's the name of this map? Yeah, Backwater Gulch, which is essentially 4-player blistering sands. I was never a big fan of blistering sands because of the backdoor rocks and the rush distances you have to use to defend the back rocks. Usually a more highly mobile army can attack those rocks and abuse the slower mobility of like a Protoss race, or a Protoss army, per se. And on this map, actually, they put 2 rocks, but they're actually not in your main, they're on the naturals. You've got rocks over here and rocks over here. So depending on the spawn locations of your opponent, you only really have to worry about one, and that's only after you expand. So usually when you've got this expansion down, you can just put a pylon and a cannon here, and not really have to worry too much about these personally. You just gotta worry about this mega ramp, which is pretty easy to defend, as by the time you're expanding, you've got a pretty sizable army, so it's nothing you really have to worry about too terribly much. And 12 gateway going down for Tony, nothing special. And Terran here, starting his barracks. Nothing out of the ordinary here. I have actually not seen this replay yet. I actually have no idea what the outcome is. I'm guessing Tony won, which is probably why he sent it to me, but I'm not going to spoil it because I haven't even seen it myself, so I'm not even sure what's going to happen here. Now we are spawning in, I guess you could call them close spawns. We're not seeing a cross spawn, we're not seeing like a top right versus bottom left or bottom right versus top left. So we're seeing it's relatively close. I mean, you got a lot of chokes here in this map. It's not quite that open. This is probably a little favored against Zerg. I mean, actually, I think this is kind of weird. I don't know why they don't like zone out of watchtowers here or something. This is just very awkward. And this choke here, I mean, why on earth would you ever engage through this? That just seems like suicide. Overall, this is an alright map, though. I don't hate it enough to veto it yet. The only one I really don't like out of the new maps is Slag Pits, and that's only because the close spawns are so ridiculously close. And outside of that, yeah, I like most of the new Blizzard maps. This one's pretty good. I mean, I can get a 3 gig expand up against a Zerg pretty easily. You can actually put a pylon here, put your forge here, wall off this choke entirely, and just keep your army here, and just keep your zealot there for the wall off, so you don't have to worry about Zergling run-bys in PvZ. So it's not a bad map overall. Definitely huge improvement over Blistering Sands. Anything's better than Blistering Sands, honestly. I absolutely despise that map. I had that on my veto for 4, 5, 6 months. I did not like it at all. And from our Terran player, looks like we're going to see a possible 3 racks opening. He's already got a tech lab and a Marauder out. He's making a Marauder right now. Yeah, he's going to get that. No, he's going for a really fast stim. He's going to skip that concussive shell upgrade. I find that a little peculiar because the concussive shell is just so darn effective against Protoss. Not necessarily against Zerg, but definitely something you always want to pick up against Protoss. He's going for 1 gas, so yeah, we're probably not going to see a tech out of this Terran. He's probably just going to go for 3 racks and do like a stim timing push. A little thing to note, in the next patch we're going to see stim research time increase from 140 seconds to 170 seconds, so a timing push like this wouldn't be quite nearly as possible in the new patch that's coming. And let's see the Terran here, yeah, he's lifting off, I don't know why he lifted off that barracks, but I guess he didn't think they were feng shui enough for his base, so he moved his barracks over here, and he's got another tech lab going down. This is pretty scary for Tony, actually. I think he's probably going to make a 3rd racks. You usually don't see 2 racks pure Marauder. It's kind of a strange build. Usually see like a 1 racks expand, or like a 3 racks with a 3rd racks that has a reactor on it, so you can start making Marines, because from what he's doing right now, this is really, really vulnerable to Void Rays. I mean, me personally, if I ever see a Marauder opening from a Terran, I'll just go straight up Void Rays and try to end the game right there. I mean, I think it's really greedy for Terrans to just go pure Marauder like this. And you know what? Protosses don't really use Void Rays that much outside of silly team games, so Void Rays, they definitely have yet to have their potential discovered yet by Protoss players. I think there's players like MC have been doing a lot of cool stuff with Void Rays. MC and Genius, of course, yeah, they make some really good stuff out of Void Rays. And it looks like Tony went for a 1 gate expand build. He's just now adding on his 2nd, 3rd, and 4th gateways. It's pretty scary because looks like the opponent here, yeah, he went for 2 racks Marauder expand. Usually you just see your own racks. I still don't see the point of that. Oh, he did pick up Concussive Shell. Okay. And here comes the timing push from the Terran player. He has Stim and Concussive Shell. This is going to be very scary for Tony. He's going to need some good force fields for this. So the Terran's going to take out that pylon. as well as these gateways. Meanwhile, Tony only has 2 sentries, a zealot, and a stalker. But his warp gates are finishing, so he should have enough forces after a round of units to take this out. He really needs more sentries. Let's see if he can take this out. Yep, Terran's gonna drop that Nexus. This is very bad for Tony. Meanwhile, back at the Terran base, he's working on his own expansion, so this is a very, very good exchange for the Terran. It's gonna put Tony very far behind early on in the game. He's actually supply blocked right now, and he's about 7 feet behind. Ever seen engagement here? I'm gonna take out that Marine. And Marad's gonna try to push these stalkers back, and gonna take that stalker out. They're not gonna chase him up the ramp though. There's too many sentries. Excuse me, too many sentries there to worry about that. Yeah, looks like a Terran's just gonna put on a little light contain here. You don't want to poke out with those stalkers. They will go down very fast as stim marauders. Meanwhile, Tony's got 5 gateways in his base. Can't quite support that off this one Nexus, so he's really gonna have to get that expansion up soon. Otherwise, he's gonna sit here and get contained. I'd really like to see maybe a robotics facility go down. Maybe do some warp prism rest. No, Terran's just gonna pick up and leave. You don't even need to break the contain, Tony. He just broke his contain for you, which I really think he should just left his guys out front because they're just so superior to this army. And yeah, Tony's gonna leave his units here. And oh, some very good force fields from Tony. He's gonna cut off those Marauders from leaving and take out several of those. And let's see, the Terrans. Yeah, Tony's still suffered a lot of losses now so far. Most of those losses I think is from the Nexus. And he's only lost 8 units as opposed to 5 units for the Terran. Meanwhile, back at home, the Terran's got some bunkers going up. Definitely going to be very suspicious of an all-in counterattack. After that, after taking out that expansion, the Terran now has a starport up as well as a tech lab on this factory producing siege tanks. Probably going to get the siege mode pretty soon. And now he's producing Marines, yeah. As he's very aware that the Protoss could actually just go Void Rays and kill him. Which I think would be a really smart move here. That's what I would do. But anyway, back at the Protoss base, we have a Twilight Council going down for Tony. Possibly Blink, maybe Charge. He has a lot of Stalkers out right now. He only has a couple of Zealots, so really, probably Blink would be a better choice unless he starts warping in a bunch more Zealots. That mineral income's not very big right now, so he's not going to be able to get a whole lot more Zealots out. Possibly going to see Blink, and also, you know, this is a fast expand build from Terran, so a DT rush would actually be super, super awesome. Now, unfortunately for Tony, though, there's already an engineering bay going down for the Terran. So the Terran is also very aware that there could be DT, so he's going to play it safe, probably get some missile turrets up very soon. Oh, meanwhile, we have a drop coming down from the Terran, going to come on, looks like he's going to drop the natural. Tony? Medevac's just going to chill there. Is Tony aware of this? Do you have vision? Yeah, he does have vision of this, yeah. He's very well aware of that. This is not going to do a whole lot of damage. Alright, it's going to stim, maybe take out a sentry. No, it's going to stalker. Take out a sentry, yeah. And he's just going to pick up and leave. All he lost out of that was some Marauder health, which will be healed up pretty easily, and get that medevac repaired as well. Really should be putting units in these bunkers. A couple of things here that Tony could do. Well, there's no siege mode yet. He could go for the MC push, but he's actually going for, yeah, he's getting Charge out of the Twilight Council. Probably a good choice. That's a really good way to take out those Marauders. The only problem I see here right now is he's only got 2 Zealots, so that upgrade's not going to be too terribly useful unless he gets more Zealots out. And as it looks right now, Tony is actually getting some pretty good income. 44 Harvesters for Tony versus 39 Harvesters for the Terran. Because he did have that Nexus up first, so it was producing extra probes for quite a while, and Tony's now up to, wow, 10 gateways, holy crap, that's a lot of gateways. Don't quite know if you could support all of that, but hey, you know. Charge is almost done. A little more than halfway. These bunkers still haven't had anything go into them. They seem like they're just kind of here for emergency. And Terran's holding the watchtower, very smart. He's also checking for additional expansions. Yeah, he's scouting for extra expansions. Tony's got a very scary looking gateway unit here, gateway unit army here. No extra tech though. I don't really see any robotics facilities going down or Templar archives. Now he is warping out a bunch more Zealots, so it's going to make that Charge upgrade a lot more useful once they're done. What really be good now is like a +1 upgrade, because the Terran is also getting his +1, and he's also got a Ghost Academy going down. Is he aware of that Twilight Council? No, he's not, but he doesn't. He hasn't seen any robotics facility units. Looks like Tony's gearing up for a timing push here. He's going to push with these Charge lots, see if he can do some damage against these Marauders. But Siege Mode is done for the Terrans. These I don't think this is going to do too terribly much, and I hope Tony's aware of this. He's also got a robotics facility coming up at home. I don't see this doing a whole lot of damage against all these tanks and bunkers. I think get some really good force fields and guardian shields up. And let's see if we can do some damage. There is a ghost on the way for the Terran, and he's also got a... I guess he's MacGyvering a little bit of a wall off here. No, Tony's just going to withdraw. Did he scout any of that? No. Oh, I'm sorry. I completely missed. There's a rock back here. He's going to take out the Twilight Council. Tony's trying to pick up Blink right now, but his Marauders may kill this. Oh. Well, the Terran did manage to take out the Twilight Council. Tony's got to throw down a new one and start that Blink upgrade over. But he did clean up those Marauders and that medevac. I'm still trying to get better at this. It's very hard to talk and catch all those things at the same time. Observing and casting are two different worlds, and combining them takes a ton of skill. But I'm trying my hardest to get better right now. Meanwhile, Tony has a third base going up, and you're going to see an engagement going on. He's going to attack against that wall. He's going to force field behind those bunkers so they can't prepare. Now these siege tanks are just going to shred through all those zealots. These siege tanks do not have any upgrades yet. But the Marines and Marauders do have +1 as well as their Stim and Concussive Shell. Got a SCV over here, possibly thinking about taking a third. Now, Terran's got a third base coming up. Probably just going to lift it over here. Probably the best thing to do right now. Tony really needs to get some other tech out. He did not restart his Blink. He's actually making a lot of money right now. Perhaps he should have. Yeah, he's going for a a Templar Archive. He's going to go for Storm. I don't know how effective Storm can be when there's already ghosts on the field. In fact, he's getting that Mobius reactor upgrade for his ghosts. He has, yeah, 2 ghosts on the field right now. And Tony's going to have to fall back, because here comes a very scary push from the Terran player. Terran's going to scan, he's going to take out... Oh, looks like Tony's going to take out a couple of those tanks. Really drop the DPS from the scoop. Oh my god, a huge EMP going off on Tony's army. I do not see this ending well for Protoss. Yeah, another EMP. There's almost no force fields left for Tony. And now he's going to chase this Protoss army back. Unfortunately, that did not work out too well for Tony. Meanwhile, we have a bunker going down over this Nexus. That's kind of funky. Let's see how that turns out. And oh, a little bit of a blunder here from the Terran. He just left half of his army behind. Now they're just going to get shredded up by Zealots. And another bunker. What is this guy doing? This is silly. And Tony he's started researching Storm. He probably needs to get these upgrades going like most ASAPly. Gonna need those. Gonna need some more tech and upgrades, because he's gonna just keep falling behind. Because these Marines are already 1-0. They're about to get 2-1. So Tony really needs to catch up on upgrades. So it's got an Immortal coming out. I like this though. I like not going for Colossus, because even though Vikings are the hard counter to Colossus, also Stim Marauders are really, really strong. And personally, I don't feel like Colossi even do that much damage to Marauders, so I like seeing the non-Colossus play from Protoss. I think that's what a lot of players need to do, just break the mold, quit going just pure freaking Colossus against Terrans. I mean, you see players like Huck. Huck just has awful PvT because he always overcommits to, oh my god, he's going to pick up his medevacs because this Terran is not paying attention whatsoever. Meanwhile, as I was saying, some really good Protoss players like Huck even like to overcommit on Colossus and just keep making them, even though Terran already has tons and tons of Vikings, and they usually end up losing their armies and losing the game because of that. What you really need to do if you go Colossus is go for a Templar switch out of Colossus, so you force a bunch of Vikings that become useless once the High Templars are going to drop over here in the natural of Tony. A few Marines and a Marauder are just going to pick those up and move them out. Meanwhile, take a look at the income. Well, he's having to move these harvesters back, but Tony's at 62 harvesters, and so is his opponent. Once these guys get back on mine, it'll still be pretty even. Plus these bunkers still just chilling out here.